Sure. And so you can go to the next slide as well. I'll hand this over to Debbie in a second, but before I do that, I wanted to introduce the transition that we're making. Debbie is going to continue to work with dailies through this summer, at which time she'll transition to her next endeavors. Aaron Bauer will, beginning in June, begin to lead our FSQA. And so we're really excited about the change. We're sad to see Debbie go. She's left an incredible legacy at Dailies of really taking our QA and quality and thoughtfulness to the next level. So Debbie will leave behind a really big legacy. I know that a number of folks have sent her notes, but feel free over the coming weeks to send her notes about the impact maybe she's had on your career. So with Debbie leaving, we're Aaron Bowers coming on board. Aaron most recently worked for Seaboard Triumph Foods, overseeing portions of the FSQA process across the three harvest facilities in St. Joe with Triumph, in Guyman, Oklahoma with Seaboard Foods, and then STF in Sioux City. And before working with Seaboard, Aaron spent a number of years with Smithfield as well. So we're really excited to have Aaron on board. And Aaron, I'll give you a minute. I don't know if you're on, but maybe to introduce yourself. And
yeah, I'm on. Thanks, Joe. Like Joe said, I've been in FSQA pretty much my entire career. I started writing specs of farmland many years ago, and I've worked in 3 different facilities for them. I've been in probably almost all of the Smithfield locations at one time or another. I was with them almost 13 years, I guess. After that, I guess the last plant I was at, it was the largest farmland plant. They had, I think, 13 bacon lines. They had 2 RTE areas. So I'm very familiar with bacon and RTE production. From there, I came to STF. I've been with STF for 9.5 years. I office out of the Seaboard office, but technically I am an STF employee. I started there on the technical side, writing specifications, working on customer specs, letters to the customer, that kind of stuff. And I moved a few years ago to where I'm also interacting with the plants a lot more on the quality side, working with the teams, training teams, helping really as more of a coach to the fresh pork quality teams. So I think that's a pretty high level summary of my experience, Joe, but I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to work on projects for us FSQA team, and excited to get going.
Yep. And so we're getting, with part of the transition, a travel schedule. So Aaron will be in the facility. If you see Aaron in the facility, grab him and introduce yourself and welcome him on board. And again, we want to thank Debbie for all the work she's done for Dailies and the legacy she'll leave behind. So with that, Debbie, I'll hand it off to you to talk through results.
Good morning, everyone. So our quality non-compliances this year are down compared to last year at this time. Last year we were at 22, and this is a 63.6% decrease from last year. However, if you look at this number, we can have Missoula's new USDA inspectors to thank for every one of these. They've appealed quite a bit. This number would be higher if not for those wins. Our complaints are also down as well from last year. Last year we had 82 complaints at this time, and we're now at 70. That's a 14.6% decrease over last year. So thank you for everyone for your commitment to make sure that quality is first. You can go to the next slide, please, John. USDA has 28 food recalls to date. You can see that number is down from last year. However, most of last year's occurred in the third and fourth quarter. Next slide, John, please. This is where we need to pay some attention. So we've had 5 external complaints on foreign material so far this year. 2 were for hair in the bacon package. 3 were foreign material findings by Rees Foods. We need to ensure that the only thing we're putting in our packages is bacon. We can't take our eyes off the ball for a second, as that is how foreign material ends up in our product. And while these complaints are from Salt Lake City, that's not saying Missoula and St. Joe are off the hook. Missoula and St. Joe both send side strap and ends and pieces into Salt Lake. So it's especially important at these 2 facilities that we're watching what we're giving to our customer in Salt Lake. Missoula's SQF audit results. So both Salt Lake City and Missoula have completed their SQF audits. Missoula achieved what only 1% of facilities achieve with the GFSI audit, a score of 98. So you really need to think about that. 1% of all the facilities that are audited under the GFSI scope achieve this type of score. This score speaks to the commitment of food safety that Justin, Lonnie, and their team excel at on a daily basis. Due to their staying vigilant on all food safety related issues, their audit went smoothly. So much that the auditor took breaks, which has never been seen before, 20-minute breaks several times a day, and she went outside and walked. So St. Joseph, you're up next. Your open window ends on July 16th. A little friendly competition hurts no one. Can St. Joseph beat Missoula's score? Guess we'll have to wait and see. This is my last quarterly update for dailies. This concludes this chapter in my life, and now I stand firm to write my next chapter. It's time for me to head out and follow my dreams. And thank you, everyone.